listeners and the viewers, this is the Teta from Morogoro. My name is MWACHAHE MTWA. I'm teaching literature and English Form 4 students. Please can you join with me from the beginning up to the end so far to enjoy the beautifulness or fruitfulness of poems. As today I'm going to introduce a new poem of your pain, which was made by Armando Emilio Gabuza in Mozambique during the struggle for independence in Mozambique. As I speak to you now, can you start please? Now, once you look there on the blackboard, the poem is called El Poem, which was introduced by Armando Gabuza during a colonial period or colonial domination. So students, please, can you continue with me or can you listen for me more as we will be reading each stanza one by one. You are only welcome. Now, your pain, not yet my pain, shall suffocate oppression. So far, once you look in front of the blackboard there is a picture of a person who is in pain. As so far, once you read also a point means that during that period of colonialism, the people was in pain due to the oppression which was made by the imperialists or the colonialism in Mozambique and Africa in general. Number two, there are another standard that your eyes yet more my eyes shall be speaking of revolt. Once you look on the blackboard too, there is a picture of eyes, means that people now there was already got a consciousness means the same for those things which are still done by the colonialists within their country. So now they are aware with the what to do so as to remove the colonialism. Once you see on the blackboard, there is a picture of eyes. Means that the people now, they are aware of what is still going on within their country. Number three, your scars, yet more my scars, will be remembering the whip. How this please? Once you see on the blackboard in a real way, there is a picture of a girl there, and there is a scars around his face like this one. That's what we call it a scars. It means that he was not a wound during the struggle for independence in that period. Another stanza, my hands, yet more your hands, will be lifted full armed. It means that the way how you can join together to fight for something, you must be in cooperation way. That is how we enjoy a fruitfulness of reading poems, my dear students. Let us continue. Now, another stanza, there is my strength, yet more your strength shall overcome imperialism. The ones maybe you use your power in general as a cooperation. It means that if we go in a ready way or in a cooperation way, the way of solving the problems for the particular society in general. That is another point. Now, another stanza that is my blood, yet more your blood shall we get our victory. Means that if you take a sacrifice, for example, your blood too, it means that you are able even to lose your life for the purpose of struggling for certain things. Once you see on the blackboard, there is a picture for blood here. It means that those people who was under colonial domination was fought. There are some people who was dying for the purpose of fighting for the real independence which was under the colonialists' hands. Now, that is still, let's say, the anti of different stanzas which are still found within a poem which was made by Armando Emilio Gabuza in Mozambique. This is, let's say, it is still an African poem, so we'll read it more as a child of Africa was made a poem for the purpose of addressing the information or the real instruction to the African leaders, means that to cooperate each other so as to fight for their real independence, and then at the end to remove those the European encroachment who was dominating the African general and the Mozambique. Before I continue, I was already a poem deeply. MWACHAHE was born in 1943 in Mozambique. As he was engaged in ELIMU to struggle against the real independence of Mozambique. As I speak to you now he is really enjoying the fruitfulness of independence as he is still president of the Mozambique in African continent. So my dear brothers and sisters, once you want to struggle in anything, it means that you must cooperate each other so that at the end you join together to enjoy the fruitfulness of your struggleness. So dear students, now we're going to continue with the introduction of a poem of your pain, as I told you just read so. If you can see on the blackboard, your pain is the poem whose composer is up to date president of Mozambique, Amanto Emilio Guebuza. He was one of the ELIMU freedom fighters. And there is no doubt that this poem was made during struggle for independence of many African states like Mozambique, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and other countries which was under a colonial domination. Please students, this is how we enjoy the fruitfulness of poem. Thank you. Now we're going to start the analysis of a poem. We are going to start with the title of a poem. A title of a poem, it's more sure that it suggests or it links with what it still was happening in that colonial era. Once the African people themselves, they decided to join together so as to fight for their real independence, which was under a colonial domination. That's why a title supports really that your pain, not yet my pain, means that a person who is really angry due to the different things which was occurring in a colonial period, like oppression, conflict, protest, and exploitation, which was under a colonialist people from European nation. That's why your pain means that it supports sure that things was really bad in Mozambique during that period. Now, what is the type of a poem? My dear students, once you read in deep way, a poem is still a didactic poem. How is a didactic poem? Means that it is a kind of a poem which gives instruction to the readers on how to join each other so far to regain their real independence, which was under the colonialist or colonial domination in that year, during a period for struggling for independence in Mozambique and other countries in Africa. So far, dear students, a poem is a didactic poem since it tells the instruction to the African leaders during that period before the independence. Now, language use. My dear students, are sure that Emilio Guebuza was using a really advanced language and a simple way to address the information or the instruction to the general African people, means to join each other so as to fight for their real independence, which was under the hands of the colonialism. Once you read it in a real way, a simple language was used during the struggle for independence, means that your pain, not yet my pain, shall suffocate your oppression. If it means that if you want to get maybe a real independence, you must struggle, you must suffocate. Or even you students nowadays, means that once you are at school, You must struggle so far at the end to get a good results. Your pain, not yet my pain, shall suffocate oppression. That's easy. So far, a writer or a poet used the simple way of language on how to influence the African leaders to join each other to fight for the real independence. That is number one. Number two. A poet also used the different punctuation marks, but he used the capital letters so as to beginning of each stanza there is more emphasization. How this is? Once you see in the blackboard, there is a picture of different punctuation marks. He used this one for the purpose of putting a more emphasization to the African people to cooperate each other so as to fight for their real independence, which was under the hands of European encroachment during that era. Now, that explains now we're going to see the other issue there is a turn of a poet or a mood of a poet. Maybe a turn, let's say, it can simplify a person maybe if he or she is in a happy way. Like me today, I'm so very happy, or in bad moody, or in any way. But once you come to a poet, especially once you read a poem of MWACHAHE, he was really angry. Once you read each stanza by stanza up to the end, he was so very angry, means that he was against the really bad things which was done by the colonialists in that era for struggle. That's why he said that your pain, not yet my pain, shall suffocate oppression. Means that we should organize each other so as to retain the lost independence which was under the colonial domination. So far, a person was really angry, totally angry, because due to the oppression, sacrifice, exploitation, land degradation, which was done by the European encroachment in Mozambique and other countries in African continent. Thank you very much, my dear students. That is how a person, a poet, a term is used within a poem. Once you first see on the blackboard there is a picture of a girl who is really very sad and angry. So far, cannot translate that picture to the poem of MWACHAHE. Means that he was angry like this picture. Means that he's totally against with all the things which was surrounding that environment during that period of colonialism. Now, that's can you watch yourself, my dear students. She is really so very bad condition, and she is really very hungry and sadness. Thank you. Now, thank you, dear students. Now we're going to see the other issue of personification. In simple way, personification means that you give a power to a certain thing which is not a human being. Simple way. Example maybe. Your pain shall suffocate oppression. Once you read a poem, means that the way your pain has given a power of human being within a poem. As you can see within a poem, there is a picture there. There is a picture of cars here. Once you see in deep way, a car has got like eyes, and a car also has got let's say a mouth, like a car is laughing on the blackboard. So this is called a personification, giving human qualities to objects and animals. Dear students, whatever a person can call you out means that you have the characteristics of cat. So far, that is how we use a personification in our daily life, especially once you enjoy the fluidness of poems in the world. Thank you, dear students. Now, symbolism means that things which replace something in a simple way. For example, we as Tanzanians, There is a flag of Tanzania which represents the people of the United Republic of Tanzania. That's we call it a symbolism, in other way. Or in the other way too, there is a flag of South Africa, a flag of Kenya, Uganda. All of them, we call it a symbolism. It means that they represented the people of their own countries. Example, maybe once you read within your poem or within your poetry, scars are symbol of humiliation or exploitation which was done by the colonialism during that period. In other way, there is the issue of strength of hands, a symbol of unity. Or in other way too, there is a blood, it's a symbol of sacrifice. As from the previous slide I saw you, there is a picture from blood there. It means that if you want to gain something, you must struggle, or even sacrifice your life, so as to gain that something which you like towards your life. Another symbol, there is a symbol of consciousness. The issue of seeing a bad thing, and then after that you involve in doing things so as to remove that bad things together. Now, once you see on the blackboard there is a picture to stress. I'm sure that each one can look on the blackboard. And once you see these pictures, example, this one is a picture which represents Apple company, which produce, let's say, like laptop and the other iPhone. This one is a symbol which represents a Coca-Cola. And this one too will present a Yahoo, Google, YouTube, Amazon, Samsung. As I told you that even a flag of Tanzania represents the people of Tanzania. The flag of Kenya represents the people of Kenya. And the other countries too, they have got their own flags which represent their people within their own countries. Thank you, dear students. This is how we use the symbolism in reading or in enjoying poems in our daily life. Now, dear students, another issue, there is the issue of repetition. It means that once you repeat a thing more than more, it means that the way how you show the more emphasization to that thing which you are speaking. Once you read a poem of it more, a poet was used different repetition within a poem, like this as follows. Your pain, not yet my pain, shall suffocate oppression. Your pain, your pain. It means that there is an emphasization of what a poet was meant, really sending a message to the people of Africa to join each other so as to fight for their real independence, which was under the European encroachment. Once you saw there on the blackboard, there is a picture of repetition. Copy again, copy again, copy again. It means that there is more emphasization of that thing which you should do within your general life. Dear students, that is how we enjoy a fluidness of poetry in our daily life. Now we're going to see the other issue which we call it a poetic device. A poet uses the various devices like the following on the blackboard. Now, number one, there is a rhyme. You is a poem. Your pain is a poem which has got a rhyme. Example, in third stanza, there is a website stars that appears at the end of consecutive lines, which is identical. Means that our words are looking similar at each stanza. You can see there, rhyme like your pain. It was being shown within a poem in many ways. Means that for more emphasization to the readers of African in general. Another issue, there is a rhythm. I show that for those who are still, let's say, listening music. There is a rhythm within, let's say, songs. As you can see, is the equal number of stressed and unstressed syllables in all standards of this poem. We can say that the rhythm has been balanced in each stanza. But you can see there on the blackboard, this is a sum of rhythm. Once you see this one, it's like a rhythm. Once maybe you sing a song in your daily life. Now, that is how students will use the rhythm and the rhyme within a poem. Dear students, as maybe before I proceed, I can ask you some question through oral way. Dear students, what is the rhyme? Now, Joyce, what is the rhyme? Yes, very good. That's how rhyme is still using within a poem. Joe, what is the rhythm? Very good. Now, that is how we use a rhythm within a poem too. Show a different themes which are available or which are possible within a poem of your poem. Please, students, ponder your mind in a critical way so as everyone should come out with a different themes which can be identified within a poem of IDARA. Thank you, dear students. Now, another poetic device, there is alternation. In this poem, there is alternation used in the first 3 stanzas, where we see the word more by due to that case consonant sound, and has been repeated in consecutive line in each stanza. The word M was being repeated in each stanza. Now, dear students, these are some things which we call it a language device, or things which we use once we analyze a poem in general. So far, dear students, I would like to continue now with the possible themes which are found within a poem. Thank you very much. Now, before I start analyzing a poem of your pain, as if the previous lesson was already a poem which was written by Joy Korea with the title of IDARA, fish, beef, and bread, which that poem was made by the European countries. But once you come to your pain, it is a kind of poem which was made by our own African child in Mozambique within the African continent. So we must enjoy the things which are found within a poem. As a poet used to show different things within a poem, like as follows. So far, can we continue together in analyzing poem? Once you see on the blackboard is the sample of how a theme can appear within a poem. Now, number one, let's say one of the themes which are found within a poem of your pain is like sacrifice. Refers to the way maybe a person can, let's say, he or she is able to lose his or her own life to gain something for general people, for particular country. Example maybe, sacrifice refers as a loss of something to gain or something. Example, parents always they sacrifice their life for the purpose of their own children, like maybe giving them clothes, sending them to school, etc. Once you read a poem of IDARA, the last stanza, my blood yet more your blood shall irrigate our victory, means that this person is able even to lose his or her own life so as to regain or to attain the independence for the majority of people for his own country, Mozambique. As you can see there is a picture of sacrifice. This, once you see this picture, like a padlock, once you see, means that the people are learning so far to regain something. As you can see, it's so very dangerous. So very dangerous. So as you students too, you must sacrifice your life, especially in studying, So far at the end, you be, let's say to pass well your examination. Dear students, this is how sacrifice was being used within a poem, as though the people was the frontliners during the struggle for independence in Mozambique. They sacrificed their life so as to gain the independence for the majority of Mozambique and other countries in Africa too. Thank you very much, my dear students. That is how sacrifice are still using within a poem. Now, dear students, can I call upon you all that can you make a group of 5 students, and then I will demonstrate something to you. Thank you. Now, let's say there are 5 groups, and I told you to do so for the purpose. The next theme is, we call it a unity. Unity is still each and everything in life. Whether you want to succeed, you must do things in unity and cooperation. As I told you to do, let's say, to make a groups within your classroom with 5 students means that once maybe I provide a question to you, it will be easy for you so far in answering or in exchanging the ideas and the views towards, let's say, towards a question. So far, once you see on the blackboard, there is a themes of unity. It's the way of doing things together in daily life. This comes away from a poem too. Uses the words like yet more, mine and yet more your pain. It means that I and you, once we join together, we can succeed within our life. So far, as a student too, you must let's join with your fellow in your daily studies in each subject. So at the end, each one of you to succeed or to pass well the examination. I thank you very much, my dear students. This is how we enjoy poems in our daily life. Poems is very enjoyable and fruitful like an apple. Once you eat an apple, it's like when you enjoy a poem in your daily life too. Thank you very much, my dear students and viewers. Now I'm going to end my lesson as this from lesson to this point of unity. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Keep on touch. I will come soon to continue with another themes which are still found within a poem of ELIMU. Thank you. May God bless you. Bye bye.